680 News business editor Richard Southern joins us now. And Richard, Sears Canada could be down to days left, according to one of the company's former CEOs.
Yeah, you got to hear this, and we've been following this story closely all year, Francis. But I'm just off, Roger. I'm just off the phone. Sorry, force of habit. I'm just off the phone, Roger, with Mark Cohen. He was the CEO of Sears Canada from 2001 to 2004. He tells me he thinks the chain is doomed with not long to live.
My belief is the company's essentially over.
How long does it have left?
In my opinion, they'll either all be gone by year end, or if this bid is approved, they will all be gone by year end 2018. The company began to sell off all of its underlying foundation pieces, from its credit operation to its best stores. It's now basically scraping paint off the walls and selling whatever they can get for that paint.
A group led by Sears chairman Brandon Stranzel is trying to mount a bid to buy the chain, which would save 60 to 70 stores. But the creditors, they're pushing for a full-blown liquidation to maximize the amount of money they get out of it. By the way, Roger, Mark Cohen, who we just heard from there, he's currently a big business prof at the Columbia School of Business. He tells me he thinks Hudson's Bay could be next here. He tells me, quote, there's not very long left for Hudson's Bay down the road. So that could be the next story we're talking about.
Wow, that would be a loss. I mean, that's a 500-year-old, almost 500-year-old company, if I'm not mistaken.
This is the biggest business story of the year, is the collapse of established retail. No question about it.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating what's going on right now. Toronto, you look around, there's cranes everywhere, but there's going to be one crane that's rising above the rest. Construction on what will become Canada's tallest building, or could be becoming. Big money on it, too, though.
Yeah, absolutely. This is construction starting now on One Bloor West. As you say, the biggest building in Canada. It's going to rise 85 stories into the sky. The first 18 stories will feature restaurants and some retailers, as well as a boutique hotel. The rest will be condos priced between $1,200 and $3,000 a square foot. And there'll be 3 luxury penthouses, which will be priced at $20 million or more. This is all being developed by the Mizrahi Group, and we caught up today with Sam Mizrahi, president and founder.
It's architecture, it's public art, it's benches, it's trees, the wide sidewalks. It's really a gathering place, an urban living room for the city. It's a place not only for residents and for retailers, but for the city and visitors to come in and congregate. This is truly a 5-star boutique type of building, 24-hour concierge, 24-hour security, 24-hour valet services, valet parking. It's basically a lifestyle building.
Now, Roger, there's 416 units in this building, and Mr. Mizrahi claims he has 7,000 names on a waiting list. So, you know, the area, the Yonge and Bloor area, completely redeveloped because One Bloor East has just been completed. That's a big tower, too, but this one's going to be even bigger.
Well, I mean, it's our iconic corner, our commercial corner there, right? So it's good to see stuff like that going up there. It's where it should be.
Yeah.
Okay, new consumer protection legislation, being introduced today, and it goes after scalper bots. Richard, though, it also changes the rules when it comes to the real estate market. It's a combination.
Yeah, they're going to try and ban, or at least curtail, what's called double ending. This is where real estate agents represent both the buyer and the seller in a transaction. They're still working out the details on this. As well, real estate sellers and brokers would also be subject to stiffer fines if they violate a code of ethics. But yeah, a lot of the bill focuses on the banning of so-called scalper bots. These are the computer algorithms that steal all those concert tickets before you can get your hands on them, Roger.
All right, I'd like to see that. That's good. Concerning story coming out of Japan now. The country's public broadcaster has revealed that one of its reporters died from overwork. I mean, it's not uncommon there. They have a name for it, even, right?
They do. Karochi, I believe it's called. The Japanese word that literally translates into death from overwork. So this is quite the tragic story. This we're looking at here. Miwa Sado, and she worked for NHK, the national broadcaster, died of congestive heart failure after working 159 hours of overtime in 1 month. That's 5.9 hours of overtime a day, including weekends. She was covering 2 elections leading up to her death. She was 31. She was found collapsed in her bed, holding her mobile phone. Roger, Japan currently implementing a law that would cap overtime at 100 hours per month, though some critics say that's still way too much.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. You see those people who sleep on the subways, right? Standing up and everything. Unbelievable scenes. All right, Richard, it looks like dogs, some of them at least, are eating better than humans these days. It's kind of frightening, actually.
I know. So the in thing in the dog food business apparently is ancient grains, and specifically quinoa. All the major brands are getting into that. Blue Buffalo selling chicken and quinoa. Honest Kitchen, another big dog food brand with several different quinoa options. The nearly $30 billion a year pet food market tends to follow the trends you see in human food. Of course, the owners, they're demanding more sustainable type ingredients too. The quinoa kibble doesn't come cheap. Many of these brands selling 16-pound bags for $40 or more. Roger.
Probably my old dog would have been happy with a steak. Richard, thanks very much, sir.
An old shoe. Thanks, Roger.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, we'll talk to you again tomorrow, Richard. But for now, let's head over to Avery Haynes. Avery.